You're going to love this. If you like salmon, you are just going to be in heaven with this recipe. So I grew up with salmon. My dad used to catch a 40-pound salmon, and we'd have salmon patties for breakfast, salmon sandwiches for lunch, and salmon steak for dinner until the whole 40 pounds was gone. We cooked everything on a wood stove, and it was like the last thing I ever thought I'd have again once I left home. But I took a ski trip and went to France, and while I was there, we went into this little castle that had just been opened after a 2-year remodeling, and they served salmon, and I got this at Aldi's, so you're going to want to check your local Aldi's. 2 steaks for $10 at Aldi's. It is so incredible. So what I do is I take a small pan, melt 2 tablespoons of butter, and again, I'm using my Blue Diamond cookware, so there's a little Blue Diamond pan, and then I'm making an artichoke to go with salmon, and that has been on for about 40 minutes, got about 20 minutes to go, and I put a little bit of tarragon in the water and a clove of garlic, and while this is melting, I'm going to use this hollandaise sauce. This is so cool. Norris hollandaise sauce. I've made my hollandaise sauce from scratch, but this is amazing. Now, I'm going to be using a cup of champagne, and I wanted to share with you, I used to open my champagne with this kind of opener, which was wonderful, but it got to the point where it was too hard for me to grip it and turn it. So I found this on Amazon just before Christmas. It's not that I have champagne that often, but when I do, I like to have a little bit easier way of opening it. So I'm taking the top off here, and then all I do is clamp it around the edges, and then pull the cork up, and that's all it takes. That's so easy. So here I go with, first, now that the butter is pretty much melted, I'm going to put the hollandaise sauce in, and then I'm going to just get the champagne ready so that it's there. I wish I had my glass measuring cups, but I don't. When you're traveling, you can't really carry everything, but I do have a pretty full kitchen, considering that I'm in hotels. This is the 88th hotel I've been in since 2015, May of 2015. So take the hollandaise sauce and just sprinkle it into the butter. Turn that down a little bit more, and then stir that around. Try to get most of it melted in the butter. And then slowly add the champagne. And keep stirring that. This is so easy, you're not going to believe it. Now, normally I would top this with paprika, but I don't have paprika. And then sometimes sliced almonds or even capers. And it makes it just beautiful. I like to get like the entire half of the filet, and that makes it really a beautiful serving for a dinner party. And I've got a couple pictures, I'll include those. And then as it's heating up here, it's going to get a little bit thick. And then I'll come back and show you what it looks like as soon as I've plated it up. Okay, this is really worth the wait. the champagne salmon and an artichoke, and I've saved a little bit of the hollandaise sauce to dip the artichoke leaves on. I know that artichokes are kind of an acquired taste, but we grew up with them in Mendocino, California. My mom had 5 plants, so we always had artichokes. And the salmon always looks a little bit better with a little paprika and, like I said, the slivered almonds and sometimes capers. This dish is also really great if you put it with asparagus, and if you don't care for artichokes, asparagus is one of my favorite ways of doing it. And of course, bon appetit. If you were here, I'd be happy to share.